lot of times we forget like that it's such a privilege to like be able to be in this bubble, and it can feel, you know, it can feel very different living. LA is, you know, like they say, it's never Neverland.
It's not a real place.
LA and New York are so different.
Well, I shouldn't say that. The city of Los Angeles is a real place.
Yeah, Hollywood.
LA.
Yes, Hollywood
is different. Hollywood is not a real place.
I always say LA is dope. Hollywood is tricky. Because Hollywood is very different. And I love LA. I love LA native. My parents are LA natives. Hollywood gonna cover your edges. You know, it's a dirty game, and you only the strong survive.
Truly,
and as you know, it will drag you, and it won't wait for the body to drop. Okay, like this industry don't love nobody.
No,
and it's gonna break your heart more than once. And I think, you know, to the people who want to get in it, like understand that this industry will break your heart over and over again, but you also will get amazing joys and pleasures and like opportunities, but it comes at a price. And
I think that's hard to tell young people. When I give advice to young people or talk to young people who are getting into the business, I was just talking to someone the other day, and she asked me about navigating spaces with all white men who won't listen to her ideas.
Yeah.
I don't know if I gave her good advice. I was like, they're not gonna listen to your ideas. So put it in an email and send it to them, and then bring it up in the meeting. And if they steal your idea, you can show that it was your idea. That's like the best I got for you. I've gotten to points in my career where I've had to stop telling my ideas in meetings. Yeah. Because I would tip off my producers like, look, watch, I'm going to say this idea. Yeah. It's a great idea.
Right.
They're going to steal the idea and say it was their idea, and they're not going to acknowledge it, even though I've said this idea in front of a room full of people.
It's definitely gonna happen.
And it happened for like 3 weeks straight, to the point that the producers were like, stop saying your ideas. And it's like, I it's just little shit like that, which does happen in other industries as well. It's not just Hollywood, obviously. I'm sure it happens in lots of creative industries and other places as well. But when it comes to this industry, your idea can literally change the course of a show, a movie, like history, if it falls into the wrong hands. That's why we have all these lawyers signing everything all the time. So what advice do you give young people who are getting into the business?
Buckle up, baby.
Because what you just said is real.
You know what? You know, I'm a fighter. You're not taking my stuff. Like, it's just not happening. But I'm also okay with like not being liked. I'm okay with you not liking me but respecting me. People know pretty early working with me that I'm not the person to play with. And I think if you let them think they can play with you, they will.
Absolutely.
And you have to set boundaries. And you have to fight. It's like being a Black woman in this industry means you're going to fight every day of your career. There's never going to be a point, and I thought this when I was younger, when I was in my 20s and even my early 30s, I was like, I can't wait till I get to this point and I don't have to fight anymore. It's not happening. I think Viola Davis and Halle Berry just had a conversation separately, but they were both talking about how they still have to fight for things. And these are seasoned, talented women,
the top of the industry.
At the top of the industry. Halle got an Oscar, and she's talking about how she had to fight for her Netflix film. So it's never going to be a point where you don't have to fight. So that's number one. But also like knowing, like ethically right now, you have the best. Like when I started, you could steal stuff and nobody could care. Now, like, and also when I started, you were interning for free, right? Now these are not things that exist anymore, right? So you do have like legality on your side, which is great, but you can't go around threatening to sue everybody at a network, or you ain't gonna be there very long. And then your reputation, people are gonna be like, well, this person sue every damn body. So we don't know if we want her in this newsroom, because newsrooms are very toxic. They're toxic environments by nature. I remember my first day at newsroom. I was at Cron at NBC. It used to be the NBC affiliate in San Francisco. And I walked in, and the sports department was the first department. And these men were cussing each other. I was 19 years old, and when I tell you they was about to get to fist. I was like, what? First of all, I was like, what is happening? Second of all, I loved it. I was like, I found my people. but you kind of like passivity is not for like news gathering. That is like, I don't think people understand it is the Wild West in this thing. And it's like, so what I would tell this girl is like, one, like have your ideas, hold strong. But if someone was to steal it, the first thing I would do is go up to them and like, so what are we opening with? Because I know I brought this to you on Monday. So I would love to know like, how are we going to attack this together? And do you want to reach out to the people or did you want me to reach out to my contact? Because when I sent the email on Monday, we gonna start cute. But I think like people are in a position where they think they don't have any power, and that's a trick people play on you in this industry. For me, I'm like, you're not playing that trick with me because I'm not afraid to go somewhere else because I've made the decision I'm working in this industry. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to bully me out this position, and you're not bullying me out my story. You're not bullying me out my sources. It's not happening. So we could walk this walk together, or I can walk it alone, but I'm walking this motherfucking walk. So that's, if people aren't equipped to do that and have those conversations, this is not the business for you, because you got to have bite to that bark, and you got to let people know, like, and once you do it a few times, then they be like, okay, so Nia sent this email. And that happened to me a few times, where I was like, do I let this fool chopper sing and show them I'm from the Bay Area? Or like, do I stay poised? But poised don't get you nothing but overlooked.
No, you have to keep it cute initially, but the second that you see that it is not going cute, just a little baby crash out.
Yeah, and I mean it's a way to do it professionally.
A professional crash out.
A professional this is not a thing where you got to cuss people out and body slam them. However,
listen, what you're saying is the gospel, really though, and I don't know. Maybe I need to get my courage up because everything you're saying is the truth, and it's the truth for sports as well. And I guess
I can't even imagine.
It's just, but it's very similar. I mean, you're telling me this story when you were 19. I mean, I started in the business in 2007, interning for free, of course. And man, these men were fighting and throwing each other into walls and stuff. I don't
think people understand that, like, the newsrooms used to be crazy, and especially local news, because there's all kinds of things going on. You can sit next to the person doing the gang shooting, and then you talking about sports. And I was running the streets, and I was in this position called Contact 4, where we would go to businesses that were scamming people. So we would go to like a laundromat.
They were trying to get you killed.
Yeah, we'd go to a laundromat in Oakland, and be like, why aren't you giving them their money back? And I'll be like, trying to like. That's why when I did Love and Hip Hop, people were like, in the Bay. I was like, girl, I was in Oakland, please, babes. I was on Broadway. And so when people are like, how could you do Love and Hip Hop? I'm like, baby, listen. Right. I was built for this. First of all,
this is nothing.
Love and Hip Hop was my family barbecue every weekend. Like, this ain't nothing, but please, babes. But also, like, it's almost like Slumdog Millionaire. When we would watch Slumdog Millionaire, you know how like when he was answering, every question was relation to something that happened, and he didn't know why those things were happening, but it ended up leading to him winning. Yeah. And I feel like life is like that. Like, you go through these challenges and you be struggling and you don't know why you're going through it, and it really does add up like puzzle pieces. And for me, all of the things that like I experienced before, whether it was like heartache or not, really built me for being able to have like this tenacity in the industry. And so, back to your original point about like, what do I tell this girl? I'm like, you got to be okay with taking L's. Like, we all take them. But you gotta make the decision on what L's are okay to take and which ones you need to stand up for. And that's only a decision you can make. But I'm telling you right now, if you let people do something, they will do it in this industry. There's not going to be politeness. And it's like the mafia. It's like, you don't know you gone till you get that kiss on the forehead, babes. So you got to act.
You're so right.
And I don't trust nobody. Like these people are not your friends. I can't stress to enough how I be trying to tell my other host friends, these people are not your friends.
They're not your friends.
You got to have your tribe outside this industry, because confide in your mama. Like, these people do not care about you, and people are always looking for opportunity. And I hate to say that, it sounds so cynical, but
no, it's the truth. It's absolutely the truth. These people are not your friends.
Write letters knowing
friends.
I got a job, and I had someone write a letter to the network like, don't hire her, hire me.
Bitch.
It's crazy. I really didn't think that kind of stuff happened when I first got in. I was like, it's not like that, and it really is. They really like that.
Yeah, they are.
They really are. Like that.
They're really pathetic though, because they are pathetic. They're pathetic.
It's true.
They're pathetic because someone like you, someone like me, who has been in the business for as long as we have, I'm sure we could swap similar
Yeah.
stories for the next
Yeah.
10 hours.
And it would be juicy.
Yeah, it would be tea. But all probably very similar stories.
Yeah.
Because we started in the business around the
Yeah.
same time. We've come up in the same era. We've seen so many different things happen and changes in the
Yeah.
industry, albeit, on different sides of it.
Yeah.
But
And that's why I appreciate like how you move. And I think like real can recognize real, because I think like you know, like you're a person who's always wants to include people. I'm very much like that too. Like, hey, come to this thing, and you don't take it personal if people can't come, but you want to extend that opportunity. And there are so many people who want to gatekeep everything. They want to gatekeep friends, jobs, opportunities. And I'm always of the belief of like, there's an abundance for all of us. And I think that's why I've had longevity in this industry as well as you, because we're both very like, the more the merrier, like type of
because
mentality.
you're confident in your talent and your relationships and the work and what you can do. And that's why I say those people are pathetic, because they are not confident in what they do. They're not confident in what they bring to the table. They're not confident in their longevity. And that's why they gatekeep. And I think they're really, when the term gatekeeping, when we started saying that, was very interesting to me, because and I'm sure, I don't know if you got this, but in the sports side of things, like, there's obviously very few women when I started in the business, and virtually none on the opinion side of things. But gatekeeping wasn't a thing, because there was no way to reach anyone.
You were the only one.
I couldn't be gatekept. There was nothing to ask. There was nothing there was no one to interact with. There was no one to mentor. There was nothing like that. And I think, the successful women of our generation, because that was our experience, has made it a point to always have another seat at the table for the next generation, because I'm not doing this shit forever. And I don't want all of the blood, sweat, and tears that I put into the business to go to waste when I'm no longer doing it. And that's not like some grandstanding thing. It's like, what the fuck was the point of all this trailblazing?
But not everybody thinks like that. A lot of people think, I'm gonna try to do this till the wheels fall off, and I ain't opening this door for nobody else. And they may not say
I'm trying
it.
to sit on the beach with Barcelona with a man. Okay, I'm not trying to I am not gonna fight with y'all forever. Is what the fuck I'm not about to do.